Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, Power Guy here. Hope you're all doing well. Uh, this morning I was out walking. Excuse me. I was out walking and I found a great stick that I brought home. I stripped the bark off of it, and here it is here. Well, it has a whole bunch of natural dark streaks in it. So the wood is nice and light, but then there are all these natural black lines through it. So I decided that this particular stick would become part of my hexenmeister work, just because it represents, by the color variations, represents both light and dark, positive, negative, benevolent, malevolent, good and evil, basically. Um, Hexenmeister work does kind of sometimes skirt the lines between, the moral division between good and evil. Um, in further down south along the Appalachian Mountains, they call somebody like us a two-headed doctor. And in Phoenix line, our symbol is the two-headed phoenix, one looking to the left, one looking to the right, which symbolizes our dual nature. That sometimes we have to take the road less traveled, we'll say. But a hexenmeister is someone who knows more than the Lord's Prayer. Just as they say a powwower is someone who eats more than bread, a hexenmeister is someone who knows more than the Lord's Prayer. Meaning sometimes we might have to get a little spooky, let's just put it that way. So we do in Pennsylvania Dutch, Pennsylvania German folk magic have references to utilizing crossroads. Just like you think of the crossroads as down south, they go to the crossroads and make a deal with the devil or whatever. Well, in Pennsylvania German culture, we have crossroads, but our crossroads are slightly different. They're what's considered like the T-shaped crossroad. It's basically where one road joins an existing road that's traveling this way. So the only stipulation is that there has to be a road from south to north where it intersects with an east and west and stops there. So it forms that sort of T. So if this is the road that's going from west to east, this road coming up from the south to the north intersects it. And that's what makes it an appropriate crossroads for hexenmeister work. Also, if you're going to the crossroads to call upon a saint for a favor, or a local saint, a powwowing saint, or a local folk hero, or it's like one of the like the fairies and such that work for good, you would turn to the right on those crossroads and do your work that way to invoke them. If you're doing something more anti-hexerai or something a little more malevolent, again, not all powwowers do this, most do not. Browkers generally stick to healing, protection work and such, but a hexenmeister takes it to another level and sometimes does the work that other people are afraid to do for the greater good, we'll say. So if you are a hexenmeister and you have to do something to invoke something darker, you would turn to the left and use that corner. So again, the crossroads here in Pennsylvania German folklore are the T roads, where a southern road traveling north intersects with a west to east road, or east to west. It could be two-way traffic. Turn to the east and work in that corner for the good stuff. Turn to the west and work in that corner for the questionable stuff. There are a couple of dark figures in Pennsylvania German folklore. The main one being the hexerai. The hexerai are those self-proclaimed witches who have sold their soul to the devil in exchange for power, and have done one of the nefarious rituals or whatever that exist in order to gain their power. However, they must pass that on then to a living descendant of theirs in order to pass on the pass on the power so that they can then rest after death, and then their descendant has to be a living descendant, and it has to be a descendant, somebody they're related to by blood, and that they pass it on to. And then that person then carries the hexerite curse, basically. So they then have power and must pass it on to a descendant before they die. It's pretty horrible when you think of it that way. So that's what a true hexen is here in Pennsylvania German culture. It's pretty rare that you'll meet them. Then there's also the fairy queen, Queen of Crows. She's called Radda, Radda. It's said that if a hexen calls on her to hex an enemy, Radda then sends her crows, or also known as barn hexen, to go onto the property and do that negative work. And then finally, there is the devil himself. Puppy. Nope. And the devil himself is obviously the one you don't want to work with or talk to and such. But if you read the book of Job, the devil is sometimes seen as on equal footing with God. We don't see him that way. We see him equally as powerful as Christ. We have some stories of folk heroes outsmarting the devil. Certainly, we do not want to work with the devil. But in hexenmeister work, there are several rituals and charms that command the devil. And the way in which we do that is we command him by the three names of the devil. These are, I'm not going to say them, but they are known to the hexenmeister, the three devil names. And by those names, we can command the devil, and the devil must do our bidding. And it's seen that he does so with the understanding that it kind of works off some of his debt against God. That part I can't speak to other than what I've just said. That's all I know about it. But yes, there are three names by which we can command the devil to do what needs to be done. We can't command him to do anything that would hurt our soul, though. So I can't command the devil to do something that would hurt my soul. I can, however, command the devil to do something that would otherwise go against the nature of the devil, or to largely in order to undo work that was done by hexerai or the evil spirits, the evil fairies, the Radda, or whatever. It's an interesting aspect to hexenmeister work that you don't read a lot about, obviously. But anyway, yeah, it's just something to understand and know. It's very obscure. In Phoenix Line, it's more understood because for those in Phoenix Line who choose to become hexenmeisters, this is kind of part of the work. But again, it's very rare. It's rare stuff. It's you're not going to find a whole lot of actual like hexenmeisters here in Pennsylvania Dutch culture, but we are here. So anyway, that's it. It's too nice of a day to be talking about spooky stuff. I hope we're all doing well. Hope we're all having a great weekend. And that's it for now. God bless you guys. Love you all very much. And we'll talk to you soon.